The Broadway Channel presents Broadway on Tour. Big new shows and revivals of classics are all hitting the road for national tours. You're invited to experience a musical that is impossible to resist, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. See the show where you'll be transported to a fun and fantastic world as the music and party atmosphere is contagious. Blue Man Group. An unlikely pair of stilettos make their way across America, Kinky Boots. I Love Lucy live on stage is the new musical stage event adapted from the most beloved television show in history. Broadway is sparkling, and it's all here on Broadway on Tour. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella is the Tony Award-winning Broadway musical from the creators of The Sound of Music and South Pacific that's delighting audiences with its contemporary take on the classic tale. This lush production features an incredible orchestra, jaw-dropping transformations, and all the moments you love: the pumpkin, the glass slipper, the masked ball, and more, plus some surprising new twists. Be transported back to your childhood as you rediscover some of Rodgers and Hammerstein's most beloved songs, including In My Own Little Corner, Impossible, It's Possible, and 10 Minutes Ago, in this hilarious and romantic Broadway experience for anyone who's ever had a wish, a dream, or a really great pair of shoes. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella, now touring nationwide.
The miracle of visual perception begins with eyeballs. When you look at something, the image appears upside down on your retina. The brain corrects for this by flipping the image back to normal.
Experience the phenomenon. Blue Man Group is best known for their wildly popular theatrical shows and concerts, which combine comedy, music, and technology to produce a totally unique form of entertainment. The New York Times heralds the show as one of the most delightful performance pieces ever staged. Although it is impossible to describe, people of all ages agree that Blue Man Group is an intensely exciting and wildly outrageous show that leaves the entire audience in a blissful, euphoric state. This unique experience is a form of entertainment like nothing else, guaranteed to be an outing you will never forget. Blue Man Group, now touring nationwide.
That thing.
Leapin' Lizards, the world's best-loved musical, returns in time-honored form. Directed by original lyricist and director Martin Charnin and choreographed by Liza Gennaro, this production of Annie will be a brand-new incarnation of the iconic original. Featuring book and score by Tony Award winners Thomas Meehan, Charles Strauss, and Martin Charnin, Annie includes such unforgettable songs as It's the Hard Knock Life, Easy Street, I Don't Need Anything But You, plus the eternal anthem of optimism, Tomorrow. Annie now touring across America.
Price & Sons spent the last century making a range of shoes for men. We will begin this century making a range of shoes for a range of men.
Kinky Boots is the exhilarating Broadway musical that will lift your spirits to new high-heeled heights. Winner of 6 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, this inspirational story follows a struggling shoe factory owner who works to turn his business around with help from Lola, a fabulous entertainer in need of some sturdy stilettos. Together, this unlikely pair finds that they have more in common than they ever dreamed possible. Inspired by a true story, Kinky Boots features a joyous, Tony-winning score by Cyndi Lauper, direction and Tony-winning choreography by Jerry Mitchell, and a hilarious, uplifting book by 4-time Tony winner Harvey Fierstein. Kinky Boots, touring to a city near you. I Love Lucy Live on Stage, the brand new hit musical stage show adapted from the longest running and most beloved television program in history, stars America's favorite foursome, Lucy, Ricky, Fred, and Ethel.
Somebody's singing off key.
Yeah, watch that, will you? Somebody's singing off key.
Imagine stepping back in time and into the Desilu Playhouse soundstage. It's 1952, and you're a member of the studio audience awaiting the filming of two hilarious and oh-so-familiar I Love Lucy episodes.
At ease, Mounties, we found our man.
You have not. I hit the right note.
Yeah, way to the right. Oh, honey, why don't you sit down and listen to the rest of us, huh?
No, either we all sing or nobody sings.
A charming host entertains and enlightens you to the behind-the-scenes filming process, the 1950s high-fidelity technology, and this brand new thing called television. The episodes begin, and you witness firsthand the side-splitting antics of that crazy redhead in the Ricardo's New York apartment, and thrill to the Cuban sounds of the Ricky Ricardo Orchestra at the famed Tropicana nightclub. Get ready to see the new musical event adapted from the most beloved television show in history, I Love Lucy, live on stage.
'Cause I love Lucy, yes, I love Lucy, and Lucy loves me.
Hi everyone, I'm Tamsin Fidel for the Broadway channel, and this is what's hot on Broadway. Get ready for the latest scoop on Broadway shows and exclusive interviews with the hottest stars.
Let's have a honeymoon in Vegas, do the city up right.
We'll have a honeymoon in Vegas, we'll just stay up all night.
And we can walk down the strip as bride and groom and hang a little sign on a hotel room saying honeymoon in Vegas. Seeing Cirque du Soleil.
I'm so excited because I have been working on this show for 12 years, and to finally get the chance to show it to the world in this fantastic production with this unbelievable cast. This is a dream come true. This is a wonderful night.
You know, things take a while. You know, when I first told my lawyer I'm going to do musical, he said, well, it'll take you at least 6 years. I said, get out of here. And it took 10. It's a long process. You have to get the show right, which isn't so easy. You got to raise money, which ain't so easy. It's a complicated process, but guess what? We're here.
It's just knowing that this is a dream of his, and he's worked so hard for this. And I know what it's taken, and I remember all those tap dance classes that we used to do during lunchtime at Who's the Boss. And I just think about his commitment and his perseverance and his discipline and just how hard he's worked for this, and it just makes me feel so good. He just fills my heart. I love him so much. I owe him so much gratitude. He taught me so much.
I'm beyond thrilled. So all these years we've been watching him become a better tap dancer, and then eventually he started wanting to sing, so he's become a better singer. And the variety shows over the years, watching those and sort of just crossing my fingers that he'd be as amazing as we want him to be. And now he's debuting on Broadway in a star. It's like I'm over the moon for him. I mean, the drive that it's taken for him to get himself to this place. I mean, back when Taxi was going on, I doubt he was that good of a singer, you know. But he's made that his goal, and it's coming true tonight. It's amazing.
Oh my, I'm having an out-of-body experience. You know, it's funny, I keep flashing on. I did a movie years ago with Shirley MacLaine, and she was working with all the Rat Pack, and she was like jumping on, you know, Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, and I thought, oh my God, this is so great. And that's how I feel tonight. I'm working with my Rat Pack, and Tony brought us all together. It's fabulous. We all haven't been together for a long time. I mean, I've seen everybody individually, but everybody together, we haven't been together in the same room for a while. So we're so excited. I can't wait to see the show again. I already saw it at Thanksgiving, and this is just a great night.
Oh, I've seen the show already, so I'm expecting to have another wonderful time. I love the show, and it's my husband Steve, and I asked him to come with me because I loved it so much. I love the score, and I love the performers. Love seeing Tony live. He's so talented. Everybody on stage is talented.
Well, I saw a preview, and he is a treat. He is fantastic, and the show is fabulous. We're talking about flying Elvises. How bad could it be? No, it's so great, the show. It's so much fun. And he's brilliant, and I'm with my whole team, my taxi team.
No, I don't know. I mean, I've heard such great things about the show, and you know, I was lucky enough to be a guest on Tony Danza's daytime talk show years and years ago. It was, I think, maybe my first talk show. I don't know. It was something like that, and he was so kind and gracious and talented. And Dan Farah, his manager, I've known for years, and Dan was like, "Man, you got to come see the show if you're in town." I happen to be in town, so happy to be here.
Well, I think we were lucky in that we found people who felt about the premise in the way we did. And you could just see there was a little mischief and play in them. And they're you know, they're people who are fun to go to work with. You know, and that kind of, I think, extends itself into how you experience the show. But they do. They have a good time.
It was a real pleasure to choreograph to this music. I mean, Jason's score is so beautiful and spicy and lush and full and brassy. I mean, it's all the kinds of things that you want to get out of your seat and dance to. So, I mean, having the opportunity to put movement to that was incredible. Plus, this company is very special to me. This group of there are dancers who act, and there are actors who dance, and there are ones that are somewhere in between those two things, but they're all so physically expressive, so joyful and so hilarious, just physically hilarious. And it's a funny show. It's a great big comedy. So having people that are that free and goofy, I was just like a kid in a candy store. Plus, you know, the Elvises and the Showgirls, and I mean, there are all these kind of like great things to be inspired by in terms of creating choreography. But for me, it just comes down to this beautiful cast.
The thing is, you think you're just going to eat cotton candy, but you end up having kind of a healthy meal too, you know?
Oh, it's truly, truly gratifying, a real joy, and it's always a joy to do the show. But you know, we have that special feeling on opening night of having carried this precious creation to fruition. And we did 66 previews. We did a run at the Paper Mill Playhouse in New Jersey. So we went from the year of the horse to the year of the ram, and now we're looking for the year of the monkey next year. You know, we're just so excited to launch it because we worked so hard on it, and we're so proud of what we've done.
Well, I'll tell the story I've been telling. We did the show at the Paper Mill Playhouse about a year ago, and then we were hoping to do the show on Broadway. And in that year, I don't think any of us lost contact. We were texting. We would go eat at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we were just hoping to get to spend time together because this is a close cast.
Relief, first and foremost. We've been believing and praying and hoping and waiting and waiting and waiting for the show for, I mean, I know it hasn't been that long for me. It's only been maybe 2.5 years for me, but, you know, Tony, it's been about 4.5, and for Jason and Andy, it's been 10. So everybody's been just waiting for this musical to finally open on Broadway because we love it so much and we care about it and we believe in it, and that's so rare. So relief was the first thing of just like, I don't know, I felt like our baby finally graduated tonight, and I'm so proud and happy for it. And I did manage, you have to stay in character when you're doing a show, even if it's your opening night. And so it's hard for me because so much crazy things happen to Betsy during the course of the show that are not pleasant, and she's often not in the best mood. So I tried to find moments when I could to like soak it up and really enjoy it. Tony and I had a nice moment when we were waltzing today on stage in our little scene in Act 2. We both kind of squeezed each other's hands really tight because we were just like, it's happening, we're finally doing it. So relief and then total joy.
It's a fun trio to be a part of, really. Bryn is one of our best singing actresses around. You know, she's not just singing pretty notes, she's a real actress, which is really easy to engage. You know, and sometimes in a musical it's easy to feel sung at. And she's always connected, she's always communicating, and I'm really lucky to be able to receive that. And Tony is one of those guys who's like, you know when you watch a great movie or a great TV show who stars someone you admire and you go like, God, I hope they're as cool as I imagine they are. Tony is as cool as you possibly imagine he is. He's generous and kind, and he's really, really funny. He's also the real deal when it comes to musical theater. He's tap dancing, he's playing the ukulele, he's singing. He's got the goods.
It's the culmination of a lot of hard work, you know, and belief in this project. At times when, you know, things look pretty dark and dire, but here we are, and it's you know, nothing great is ever easy, and sometimes it takes time for everything to come together, and tonight it did. Tonight it really did.
Come on, Las Vegas!
Thanks so much for watching What's Hot on Broadway, One on the Aisle, and your backstage pass to the best of Broadway. I'm Tamsin Fidel for the Broadway Channel.
Stay tuned for the emotionally captivating and theatrically breathtaking Tony Award-winning Once.
What is the longest running show in Broadway history? Is it A, Les Mis, B, Wicked, C, Beautiful, the Carole King musical, or D, Phantom of the Opera? The answer is D, the Phantom of the Opera, the longest running show on Broadway and the most successful stage production of all time. Phantom recently reached a milestone New York performance, number 11,000, an unprecedented feat achieved by no other Broadway show.
The world's most treasured fairy tale is now on tour, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella. Blue Man Group combines theatrics, art, music, and science to create an interactive, wild, and percussion-driven experience, now touring in these cities. Don't wait until tomorrow when you can see Annie today, coming to a city near you. It's America's most exhilarating new musical, Kinky Boots, now touring in these cities. America's favorite foursome is live on stage and in color for the very first time in I Love Lucy live on stage.
And I love her so. I wouldn't trade her for gold. I'm walking on moonbeams, and I was born with a silver spoon. Hey!
His music needed one thing: her.
And the Tony Award goes to Once.
John Tiffany Once.
Steve Kazee Once.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest, they're starring in an acclaimed new Broadway musical.
Once continues to rake in rave reviews.
The musical is based on the film Once, which won an Oscar for Best Original Song in '07.
It was very much about trying to harness the honesty and the purity of the film, yet find a theatrical language. It's a piece of theatre about the healing power of music. It's a piece of theatre about people creating music, and so, to my mind, the audience had to see that music being created in front of them.
And I love her so. I wouldn't trade her for gold.
We were looking at each other periodically throughout the show, kind of going like, wow, you know, look at this. This is something that we created that is now in the hands of these people who are doing a beautiful job.
When your mind's made up, when your mind's made up, there's no point in trying to change it.
moment they walked on stage, I was like, we're good. It just felt like they've really nailed it.
Is one of the hottest shows on Broadway right now.
A new musical opening on Broadway that is getting rave reviews. It's called The Book of Mormon.
This Book of Mormon is so good, it makes me angry.
2 by 2, and now it's time to go.
Runaway hit.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of says it all, doesn't it?
The Book of Mormon, the hottest ticket on Broadway. The new musical is from Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park. Now they're working their magic on the Great White Way with another outrageous satire. And if you want to come and see it, you would be well advised to book your reservations now.
One of the hardest tickets to get. So what can audiences expect?
We always thought the musical about Joseph Smith and the creation of Mormonism would make a good musical.
It's like Mormons, Disney, Rodgers and Hammerstein, it all kind of makes sense. Mormons are just like, they're just happy people, and so you're going to get a happy musical.
So when people go there, it's got to be funny, right?
Yeah, well, it's hopefully funnier than the real Book of Mormon, you know.
2 by 2, we march to victory, armed with the greatest book in history.
And the Tony Award goes to The Book of Mormon.
The Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
The Book of Mormon.
I think the night would be a big disappointment if we didn't thank our co-writer who passed away, Mr. Joseph Smith, the founder of the Mormon religion. You did it, Joseph. You got the Tony.
The Book of Mormon. Mormon. Hello!
They took Broadway by storm in one of the biggest hits of all time, and now they're together again. The Midtown Men are taking their infectious sound to a city near you. This sensational concert tour reunites 4 stars from the original Broadway cast of Jersey Boys in a show that features top hits from a who's who of the 60s, including the Beatles, the Beach Boys, the Temptations, the Jackson 5, and of course, the Four Seasons. Don't miss the top-shelf choreography, incredible vocal performances, and legendary on-stage chemistry that is the Midtown Men. Following an acclaimed sold-out tour of the United Kingdom, Cameron Mackintosh's spectacular new production of Andrew Lloyd Webber's phenomenal musical success, The Phantom of the Opera, is now on tour across North America. Critics are raving that this breathtaking production is bigger and better than ever before. This Phantom features a brilliant new scenic design by Paul Brown, Tony Award-winning original costume design by Maria Bjornson, lighting design by Tony Award winner Polly Constable, new choreography by Scott Ambler, and a new staging by director Lawrence Connor. The production, overseen by Matthew Bourne and Cameron Mackintosh, boasts many exciting special effects, including the show's legendary chandelier. The beloved story and thrilling score, with songs like Music of the Night, All I Ask of You, and Masquerade, is performed by a cast and orchestra of 52, making this Phantom one of the largest productions now on tour. Join us for this magical, unforgettable production the New York Times declared astonishing, a Pippin for the 21st century. The 2013 Tony Award winner for Best Musical Revival is back for the first time since it thrilled audiences 40 years ago. With a beloved score by Tony nominee Stephen Schwartz, Pippin tells the story of a young prince on a death-defying journey to find meaning in his existence.
My spirit can run free.
Will he choose a happy but simple life? Or will he risk everything for a singular flash of glory? This captivating new production is directed by Tony winner Diane Paulus. Pippin features sizzling choreography in the style of Bob Fosse and breathtaking acrobatics by the creative force behind the nationwide sensation, Traces.
Morning glow is here.
You ain't seen nothing yet, folks! Don't miss your chance to see Pippin, now touring nationwide. The Tony Award-winning Once is the unforgettable story about going for your dreams and the power of music to connect us all, now touring in these cities. The Tony Award-winning hit musical The Book of Mormon is ringing doorbells across America, coming to a city near you. From New York City to Los Angeles and all points in between, don't miss the top-shelf choreography, incredible harmonies, and legendary onstage chemistry that is the Midtown Men, now touring in these cities. Surrender to a haunting love story, The Phantom of the Opera, now touring to a city near you. Don't miss your chance to catch an extraordinary musical and Tony winner for Best Musical Revival, Pippin, now touring to a city near you.
Tony Dance's upbringing, born in Brooklyn to an Italian-American family, is well suited to his role in this new Broadway show. Is it A, On the Town, B, Honeymoon in Vegas, C, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, or D, Jersey Boys? The answer is B, Honeymoon in Vegas, in which Danza plays a smooth-talking mobster. When he sings, he sounds like Frank Sinatra.
The Broadway Channel, one on the island, a backstage pass to the best of Broadway and touring Broadway. Go to www.broadwaychannel.com for the latest coverage. Featuring opening nights, theatrical trailers, and access to all things Broadway, tickets and merchandising of your favorite Broadway shows. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Broadway on Tour. We'll see you on Broadway. To view more of the Broadway Channel's terrific coverage and its full programming, go to www.broadwaychannel.com.